Hey guys! So yeah, I thought your question was really poignant and a really good one to think about, and I'm actually going to kind of do it backwards. I'm going to talk about my least favorite thing first, mostly because last week I did a raging squid of anger video and I really don't want to do that again. So here we go. The thing I hate most in the world is oversimplification, and I have tons of examples, but the one I'm going to use is actually this one that I'm putting up right now. Now, it's not that this meme is any more obnoxious or any more oversimplified than any other meme. The problem that I have with this particular one is that very close friends and family members of mine have reposted, liked, or commented positively to this particular meme. And that drives me a little crazy. This meme has an assumption that police are infallible and will always follow the letter of the law. And while I would like to think that is true of most of the police officers in our country, they are people. And people have prejudices and preconceived notions and oversimplify things and see a certain type of person and say that type of person is probably bad. And so then they make stupid assumptions and stupid decisions that lead to really bad consequences sometimes. I'm gonna step back and I'm gonna go into the more positive things. My favorite thing about life in general is learning. And sadly, I really wish I would have figured that out before I was 20, because I feel like that's a lot of years of school wasted on hating the process, and only 2 years of college to realize, oh my god, learning's amazing, which sounds cheesy and like something that you would say in an after-school special, but it's really kind of true. And I kind of wanted to lump this in with the conversation about milestones. I feel like in my life, I'm not gonna hit a lot of those milestones. I mean, technically speaking, I already have, because I got married. See picture. You see two things in there that you'll probably never see again. One of them is me in a dress, the other is Chris in a suit. So, hi, Chris, hi. But I never really intended to get married. I wasn't one of those girls that started planning the wedding as soon as I started dating a guy. It was just kind of a thing that I never thought would happen to me. And to be fair, it isn't something that happened to me. It was a conscious choice that I made with my partner, and that's a whole nother video. But I don't really have a lot of those stereotypical life goals. I haven't bought a house, and I don't really know if I will. I don't plan on having kids, so I don't think those stereotypical life goals really work for me, and if I focused on those, I'd get really depressed about it. So instead, I think about all of the things that I have learned to do in my life. Most recently, I've started doing Tai Chi, which is actually really great, and I'm terrible at it, and I'm loving how much progress I can make because I'm so terrible. One of the coolest things I learned how to do is when I was working at the cake shop. I learned how to frost cupcakes, and not just with the knife on top of the cupcake, but how to use a piping bag and how different tips make things look different, and how I can actually make my cupcakes look like a professional did them, even though it was just me. A lot of people look at really cool things, really amazing things, and say, now that's something I could never do. I really don't think there's anything anybody can't do, or at least there are very few things that you actually can't do. Like, I've never been able to touch my toes, so odds are I'm not going to become a gymnast or a ballet dancer or, you know, an acrobat or something. But I looked at cupcakes and said I could never do that, and then I did. And I looked at professionally decorated cakes and said that's something I could never do, and I took a class and I did it. And it's amazing how the right information changes you. And I think that kind of thing is pretty cool and a great benchmarker to have, you know, to say that I learned to drive a car at 16, I learned to knit when I was 18, I learned to frost cakes when I was 26. These are great life markers, and I think that a lot of people kind of discount things that they learn and say, oh, well, if I could figure it out, no big. But it is a very big deal, and I think that if people could focus on what they have learned and what they know and all this cool stuff, they would realize that they're a lot more important than they seem to think they are. Trying new things and seeing that, yeah, maybe I failed at a little bit, but I'm better now than I was before I tried. It'll make you a lot happier, I think. Alright, well, I've rambled long enough. So thank you, Leah, for the very poignant question. I had a lot of fun making this video and really thinking through those things, and I look forward to seeing all of you again next week.